Parce que li OK pour pas OK. Parce que parler capable rendre bagay yo meilleur. Parce que essayer communiquer c'est un signe force. Toujours gon raison pour partager qui j'en ressenti. Parce que santé mentale au compte.
Professionnel soin nan kay yo c'est un parti important dans équipe santé ya ak yon nan profession k'ap développer pi vite aux États-Unis. Assistant soin nan kay yo supporter moun ki gen anpil l'âge ak moun ki gen yon handicap pour yo karete vivre la kay yo sans danger. Les assistants yo aide yo nan activité tant kou kuit manger et puis fait achat nan maquette. Massachusetts offre une formation gratis en ligne qui pral montrer aux compétences ou besoin pour vignon professionnel k'ap travail nan yon kay. Les ou bay soin yon lot moun ki nan besoin, c'est un coup à bay yo la vie.
Today is such an exciting day for the Boston Public Schools and for the city of Boston. My name is Mary Skipper. I am the proud superintendent here of the BPS. I think the fact that the sun is shining and peeking out is just a really good sign of all of the good news that we have to share today. I'd like to thank a few people that are here behind me. Dr. Brown, who is the proud school leader at Madison Park. And Patricia Wood, who is the proud interim leader at the O'Brien. And of course, all of the staff, the families, the alumni that are here, the community supporters that are here of both Madison Park and of the O'Brien. Just give yourselves a big round of applause. It's also a pleasure to be joined here by Richard O'Brien, who is the son of John D. O'Brien, the namesake of the O'Brien School. And his beautiful family and siblings are also here. I'd also like to say thank you for coming to Coach Wilson of the Friends of Madison. Jim Rooney, Chamber of Commerce, President. The President of Bunker Hill, Pam Edginger. And of course, all of our students who are here from the Margarita Muniz Academy, who you will hear from later on in the program. You can give an extra round for the students. When I think of Boston, I think of a village. And today we are here to celebrate as a village through a lot of support of certainly the community, the business community, our city, our partners. Today is really special because it is a coming together for these announcements. For me, as a former school leader of high school, I know how important high school is to our young people and to our families. There's a short runway for our students. And so when I first came into the position, the mayor and I started to immediately have conversations about how to ensure that every student that attends a BPS high school gets a quality education that sets them up for life, both in college and career. And so today we'll be sharing some information and some exciting announcements about steps we're taking to make that possible. I'd first like to just talk a little bit globally about what we envision for our high schools. There's sort of 4 points to it, or 4 pillars that we talk about. And the first is academics, a strong, rigorous academic foundation. The second is around a community hub vision, where we really are leveraging the resources that are in and around our high schools and city for the sole purpose of making sure our high school students benefit both while they're in high school and when they leave. The third is around early college and career pathways for all of our students. And finally, and certainly very important that we'll speak to today, new and renovated facilities on the scale and size that our students need to be able to carry out that high aspiration that we have for them. I'd like to just talk a little bit about each point. In terms of the academics, we're speaking of challenging rigor. We're talking about AP courses, IB, International Baccalaureate, dual enrollment, and early college. Coursework that's going to push our students, but also providing them the supports they need to thrive and achieve. And of course, dual language instruction. That's critical at all ages, but at the high school level, an expansion of that. And so I'm very proud today, as one of our first announcements, to share with you that as we invest in additional bilingual programs, that the very successful Margarita Muniz Academy, which is a Spanish dual language school, will be adding a 7th and 8th grade next year, making it the latest high school to go 7 to 12. The second is around a hub community strategy. We are surrounded in this city, best city ever, anywhere. We are surrounded with the greatest higher education institutions, businesses, nonprofits, and community-based partners. We will be working to enhance those partnerships for each of our high schools, and you'll hear a little bit more about that later on in the program. The third, which is around early college and career pathways. In this day and age, this is a non-negotiable. Our students have to have access to both. And I'm proud to announce today that Charlestown High School will become the first open enrollment high school offering early college and dual enrollment to every student through a deep partnership with one of our greatest partners, Bunker Hill Community College. What that means is that when a student enters Charlestown High, they will be able to begin taking courses at Bunker Hill in areas such as business, technology, health career, which their pathways exist, the career pathways at Charlestown High, so that they can make good ground toward an associate's degree. And what we know is that when a student starts to take dual enrollment in early college, they are so much more likely to actually enroll in college upon graduation, and most importantly, to persist and graduate from college. So we thank Pam Edinger and Bunker Hill for their commitment to us. Ajay Trivedi, who is the new principal at Charlestown High, is here as well. And this is transformational as a blueprint for the rest of our high schools as we go deep for the first time, wall-to-wall 13th year for Charlestown High School. And lastly, when we talk about facilities, we can't do the type of deep programming that we're talking about, where students are getting the level of academics, 21st century exposure to actual career CTE programming and career exploration, certification programming, athletics at the level that we want them to have, inclusion with special education, and expansion of bilingual education without the proper facilities. The mayor's deep commitment in the Green New Deal to ensure that our high schools have the buildings, either through renovation or build of new buildings, to make that dream come true for our students. That really is something that's never happened in this city the way that it is and is going to happen. And so we will be sharing a little bit of announcement around two schools, Madison Park High School and the O'Brien, a little later in the program. Finally, I just want to say, for a very long time in K-12, we often accept incremental change. That is not good enough for our students. It never has been, and it never will. And we see evidence of that for our Black and Brown students, our special education students, and our multilingual learners. That period of time is done in the city of Boston and in BPS. We are about big, bold, most important student-centered decisions that are going to transform education here, that are going to ensure that our students come out ready and able to do whatever it is they dream about doing. That happens with this village, each of us helping and participating, but it happens with a mayor who has the vision and the determination to make it happen. And so I'm very proud to introduce our mayor, Mayor Wu.
Good morning, and thank you to everyone who has joined us here and everyone who is part of our BPS Village and our community here in Boston. The superintendent recognized all the leaders who will be on the speaking program shortly, and many of the other important leaders and community members we're here to thank today as well. I additionally want to thank our interpreters for making sure this press conference could be fully accessible. I want to thank members of the school committee who are here, and thank them for, again, not only their work and being here today, but their incredibly diligent work each and every day. So thank you especially to Chair Robinson, Vice Chair O'Neill, and all the members of the school committee. We have partners in government as well. I want to thank and recognize District Councilor Tanya Fernandes Anderson and City Councilor at Large Michael Flaherty for all that they do for our city and for our community members. Many members of our administration who have worked so hard to think through and vet and create space for us not just to react to the day-to-day urgent issues that come before us, but really think about what are the big, bold steps that could be transformational for our young people and for our city. You will hear in a little bit from Dr. O'Brien, and we're so grateful for his leadership in the city. I want to give all the brothers a shout out as well, John, James, Paul, Bruce, who couldn't be here, and their family members and spouses and partners. Thank you. There are many people who are, I'm looking down my list. We have Avery, the athletic director. We have Rebecca, our advisor on youth and schools. There are too many people to go through. We're so grateful for you. We're here. My job is to hone in on two of the schools that were outlined, and two out of the many schools that our focus is going to touch as the weeks and months continue to go by. We are standing outside a building that is beloved, a building that has changed thousands of lives. You just have to look around at the alumni who have come out of the John D. O'Brien School and Madison Park to see a glimpse of the brilliance that has been nurtured here. The educators who have poured their hearts in, and the community members, friends, and alumni who continue to pour their hearts in. But this building's a little tired. It needs some love. And the two school communities who are here each deserve to have the fullest of opportunities reflected not just in the work that they do day to day, but in the spaces that empower them to access all of the tools and resources they need. About a year ago, a little over a year ago, we launched our Green New Deal for Boston Public Schools with a plan to really think about how the spaces and facilities in the Boston Public Schools impact so much of the teaching and learning that can happen. And then in January, in our State of the City, we made a big commitment, and I promised our Boston Public School students and families that the superintendent and I and all of our team would prioritize achieving academic excellence across all our schools, accessible to all of our students. And in the many months since then, we've had the chance to spend time in classrooms, on the field, on the sidelines of the track meet, and in any spaces where we can hear from our young people, hear from our teachers and alumni. And I'm just constantly in awe of our students, of the brilliance of our Boston Public Schools young people. I'm in awe of what they do with what they're given, and how adaptable and resilient they are, that no matter the situation or circumstances, they find a way to thrive. As a BPS mom, it's both inspiring and heartbreaking anytime I'm in these spaces. We know that after the last 3 years especially, too many of our students wake up every day not even sure that they want to go to school, not feeling excited or inspired about learning, not feeling as connected to the larger community. Too many have to fight just to find internships and apprenticeships to adequately prepare for college and careers. Too many of our student athletes share fields and tracks with other teams or other schools. We have student performers and artists who find rehearsal space in closets or any other open space that we can access. Young innovators who are working wherever they can, bringing their science experiments to kitchen countertops and other spaces. Because many of our schools right now don't have the adequate facilities for full performing arts programs or dedicated lab space and all of the other opportunities our young people deserve. Our classrooms should invite our students to show up not with necessary resilience, but with curiosity and excitement and community. Whether it is summer jobs that will unlock a lifetime of exploration or internship opportunities, what is before our young people shouldn't depend on which school they attend or what building they've been enrolled at. The school's physical environment should reflect our academic one. Space is designed to nurture big ideas, not confine them. That is our vision for every single school in Boston, and especially for high schools where we see the greatest disparities. Across each and every high school in BPS, we are going to ensure that there's rigorous coursework and rewarding programming, enriching partnerships and college and career pathways, all housed in state-of-the-art facilities. Today is about several important steps we're taking to deliver that vision, and the superintendent already mentioned these steps, but I want to reinforce how excited I am about expanding the Margarita Muniz Academy for dual language instruction as a core pillar of academic excellence, and creating the opportunities for our young people to come in and get to know the culture of a school, get an earlier start on building the kinds of trusted relationships with teachers, coaches, and classmates that we know have a huge impact on academic success and on community building. Our commitment to creating that kind of environment extends beyond the walls of BPS, and so we're so thankful to have partners in higher education and many of our anchor institutions who are working with us to figure out how to build even deeper partnerships. As the intellectual capital of the world, Boston has to be home also to opportunities for students to tap into the knowledge and resources, not just in our classrooms, but across the entire city. And so thank you again to President Pam Ettinger and the team at Bunker Hill Community College to make Charlestown High School the first open enrollment high school in BPS for wall-to-wall early college and dual enrollment to every single student. This builds on the recent expansion of early college in 6 BPS high schools and is part of our broader commitment to provide access to college-level courses and career pathways to all BPS high school students. We're committed to ensuring that all of our students with disabilities, English language learners, every student has the support they need to take full advantage of this rigorous coursework available through the partnership. And finally, we are pleased to share 2 major facilities investments with our community that we believe will be transformational for what generations to come will experience. For nearly 4 decades, the John D. O'Brien School and Madison Park Technical Vocational High School, 2 of our district's larger high schools, have shared a single campus right here on Malcolm X Boulevard. And the administrators, teachers, coaches, staff at both schools do incredible work every day to prepare our young people and build community. But what we've heard directly from students and staff at both schools was that space constraints have in many ways held these schools back from expanding their programming and partnerships, from having a true home of their own. And so today we're excited to announce a proposal that would change that by renovating and expanding Madison Park across this entire campus and building a state-of-the-art STEM campus for the John D. O'Brien School of their very own at the West Roxbury Education Complex. Today we kick off the community engagement process to ensure that this would be done with full involvement and full empowerment of all the various pieces of our school communities, with a goal that construction could begin in early 2025 on 2 major building projects for these schools, creating beautiful, modern, fully resourced campuses to serve as hubs for learning and community that our students and families deserve. For Madison Park, this means expanding to include 7th and 8th graders, growing to serve 2,200 students. It would mean that this campus would become a full-service, around-the-clock resource for Roxbury and for the larger city, for young people and adult learners alike to have the space that they need right here on campus. That means adult education classes and workforce training on site. And giving students hands-on experience to prepare them for high-quality careers while providing community members a direct place to access affordable services, getting your car serviced, going to the dentist, dropping off your child for pre-K, or potentially accessing veterinarian services. We visited Voc Tech schools across the state, and some of the most successful ones are not just about education within four walls, but a space for the entire community and students to live those jobs and careers through their education. To help build even more career pipelines that are connected to the new economy for Madison students, we're launching a new advisory committee and thank and are so grateful to 3 who have agreed to be chairs of this committee as we continue to build it out. The chairs will be Louis Elisa of Friends of Madison Park, Renee Dozier, Madison alum and business agent at IBEW Local 103, and Jim Rooney, President and CEO of the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce. They'll work alongside Madison Park's leaders and educators and student community to strengthen program advisory boards for our career technical education programs and make sure we have sustained outreach to new industries and employers about committing to career pathways at Madison. This investment will make Madison Park a beacon of Boston's commitment to a Green New Deal, equipping our students to play a key role in the fight against climate change as they build on career pathways in electric vehicle and solar panel maintenance, building retrofits, and coastal resilience. It will also enable Madison Park to add new career technical education programs that are connected to Boston's core economic sectors and local employers, from environmental sciences, robotics, and biotech, to early childhood education, and even more. And just as an example of what happens when you ask and when you reach out to our business community to get involved, I'm thrilled to share that one of the major employers in the area, JetBlue, has agreed to partner with BPS to help us build career pathways into the aviation industry at Logan Airport and beyond. So I want to thank April Adams and Dan Blake of JetBlue. They are in charge of JetBlue at Logan, and Dan is also a BPS parent on top of it all. So we're so thankful. And with existing partners like IBEW, Local 103, the hotel workers, Local 26, I see is in the house as well. These employers and partners are doubling down on their commitments to our city and to Madison Park. This school is positioned to become a nation-leading vocational technical school that it always was envisioned to be, and that always had the pieces, the community, the potential for us to come together around. It will be a hub of community resources and learning here in Roxbury and an economic engine for all of this greater Boston region. And we're also here today to talk about making sure that the John D. O'Brien School of Science and Math has their very own building. I'm going to start by thanking the O'Brien family for a legacy of service to Boston students that spans generations. You'll hear very shortly from Dr. O'Brien, and we're so thankful for all of their guidance and counsel to even about whether this was an idea we should explore, with many visits to the campus in West Roxbury and many deep conversations among alumni and others. I also want to express my deepest gratitude as we make this announcement to the community here in Roxbury, because it's impossible to capture the full weight of the role that this neighborhood and community has played in holding, supporting, and cheering on our students right here. This community has been instrumental in empowering our young people to discover and pursue their passions, build confidence in their own abilities, and invest in themselves and the larger community. That impact will be felt across our city long into the future, and we will ensure that it continues. And I want to acknowledge that even as we are proud and excited to put forward a plan to build a brand new state-of-the-art school on a one-of-a-kind campus in our city, we are aware of how significant a decision it is to bring a school that serves predominantly Black and brown students to a different community. And as we work to build a beautiful new facility that best serves our O'Brien students, we will be in deep, sustained engagement with all of the stakeholders at the school, with our school community, and many generations of alumni. The superintendent and I spent some time with the young people, even in the last couple weeks before they're about to have freedom for the summer. They were absolutely focused on sharing just how incredible their experience has been. And above all, they talked about the access to courses, although they wanted to have more options, and in STEM that we will be able to build out in a new campus. They talked about all of the community building and efforts that the staff and school educators have created. But most of all, they talked about each other, that this is a school that reflects and represents the diversity of our city, that coming to the O'Brien has meant finding every facet of your identity celebrated, lifted up, and encouraged and nurtured. And so we will work in partnership with all of you to ensure that families, friends, neighbors, and everyone who has been an integral part of the O'Brien stays connected to the school through this transition and is heavily involved. For O'Brien students, this investment in a brand new facility will mean opportunities for expanded programming in biomedical science, engineering, and computer science that students have been asking for, with full state-of-the-art labs and facilities to be able to sustain that. There will be new and advanced STEM coursework, partnerships across private industry, higher education, healthcare, arts and cultural institutions, and community-based organizations. It also means world-class athletic facilities, dedicated space for sports and enrichment on a campus like no other in our city. And it means more room to grow, adding 400 more students and giving more young people the opportunity to learn in this wonderful community. The O'Brien School is the only one of the exam schools where the 7th and 8th grade class is much, much smaller than 9 through 12, and that has been due to space constraints. And so again, in moving all of our schools to be able to have that school culture, those relationships start as young as 7th grade for full on-ramps to success and supports, we're excited to be able to have that chance with more space at the O'Brien as well. The new facility for the O'Brien will have a steering committee of alumni and stakeholders chaired by Richard O'Brien, son of the legendary educator and namesake of the school, and will work to guide the design and construction of the new space, strengthen our STEM programming and partnerships, and preserve the legacy and tradition of Boston Tech and the O'Brien. I also want to share that we've already started work on a full transportation plan that will enable students from all over the city to ensure that it's easy to get to the O'Brien community, not only for classes, but also for before and after school programming. We will run dedicated shuttles from key transit hubs and neighborhoods across Boston, including continuous shuttles from various public transit points. We're committed to preserving and protecting the O'Brien's diverse student body, cultures, and traditions, and their inclusive culture. And that means ensuring that transportation will not be a barrier to reaching this one-of-a-kind campus, no matter where you live in the city. Okay, that was a lot of information, and there will be a lot more to come in the weeks and months ahead. The changes that we are sharing today, the proposals we're putting out, they're very big. And we're talking about generational change at a scale that we haven't seen for quite some time in our district. That can feel daunting. But if we truly believe that our young people at Madison Park, at the O'Brien, at the Margarita Muniz, at Charlestown High, at every single one of our Boston public schools, if we truly believe that they deserve to learn in ways that are challenging and exciting, in spaces that are healthy, beautiful, and inspiring, these are the kinds of moves that we need to be making to set the foundation for our students' success long after we are no longer in these current roles. This vision is about the education our students receive and the spaces they receive it in, yes, but it is way beyond that. It's about removing the walls between our school communities and our neighborhood communities, our business communities, labor, colleges and hospitals, everyone who calls the city home. It's about family members, communities who want more for their kids, and for our young people who do the most with what they're given, but deserve to be given so much more. We have an opportunity here to make a transformative investment in our students and families, the future of our city. And I look forward to making that investment together. Thank you so much for joining us. And now I'm very honored to pass it on to someone who has given so much to our young people, continues to do so, who upholds a legacy of service, community, and has been part of changing the way that Boston has worked to open the doors for all. Richard O'Brien.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Mayor Wu, Superintendent Skipper, for bringing us into this decision and giving our family the opportunity to walk through the site and to see the vision of what the John D. O'Brien School of Mathematics and Science can be and will be. As I look around the audience, I want to share a quick story. You know, I was in an Uber the day after Mel King's services, traveling to the convention center. And although it shouldn't matter, the driver was white. And he was probably about my age, maybe a little bit older. The Boston accent, strongest one you could imagine. And as we're driving to the convention center, he starts talking about Mel King and how much he admired him and how much he thought he did so much for the city. And when he finished, he said, and there was this other guy. He said, John O'Brien. Now, mind you, I'm sitting in the back on the passenger side. He doesn't know who I am. He reaches for the newspaper. He says, hey, take a look. And so I'm thumbing through the paper, and he says, you know, Mel King and John O'Brien, they did so much for this city. And I said to him, well, you'll be happy to know I'm one of John O'Brien's sons. He stops in the middle of the street. He turns around and says, I got to shake your hand. And as he's shaking my hand, he says to me, Mel King and your dad saved this city from itself. Boston is not what it was, and Boston is not what it can and will be. In conversations with many of my fellow alums, including my class of 1982, and the current and former headmasters, school administrators, teachers of O'Brien, the response has been overwhelmingly to how much this will mean for the improved education of our students. I'm in higher education. I have been working more than 20 years in my dad's name, making sure students achieve the goal of getting to college and graduating. Higher education is transforming as we speak. As the mayor and superintendent said, we have to look at how we can transform K-12 education, particularly public education, to keep pace with where higher education is going. We can do that through innovative and timely approaches like this to education that will help to prepare students for a rapidly changing world. When our school was moved from Townsend Street, I have always felt that the current facilities and educational resources have been inadequate. And this is an effort to put O'Brien in a stronger position for our school and students to be able to compete. On behalf of my mom, my brothers, our families, and a number of alumni of our school, Thank you, Mayor Wu, Superintendent Skipper, and your teams for making this step to ensure that our beloved school will have a state-of-the-art facility, cutting-edge research laboratories, and expansive arts and athletic resources. We look forward to the ribbon cutting ceremony, the first day it opens, and attending the first graduation at the new school. We commit to doing whatever is in our power to make sure that the John D. O'Brien School of Mathematics and Science and Madison Park High School, Coach, will continue to be successful. Thank you.
Next up, I'll bring someone who has been involved with the Madison community for a long time, a former teacher, a coach for more than 30 years, and I've gotten the chance to spend over the last few years as we've been thinking about Madison and learning just how much the Friends have put forward again and again and again. We are so eager just to clear the way for your dreams and vision to become reality. Coach Wilson.
Thank you. Oh, long overdue, long overdue. Good afternoon, everyone. And I got to give a special shout out to the MP family. MP family in the house, I'm sure. Right on, long overdue. I got to give props to, of course, the O'Brien family and the John D. O'Brien family, the Tiger family. Show some love. C-Town, yeah, C-Town. We had many battles, yeah. And we're gonna keep battling. Yeah, the battle of the complex with OB and C-Town. Show C-Town some love also. I want to thank, of course, Superintendent Skipper. We've been in it for a while, and again, we'll continue to fight for the children in the community. And then, of course, the Honorable Mayor Wu, who from being a city councilor, we'd meet in the chambers, and oh Lord, here come the Friends of Madison. Oh Lord. And then now, congratulations on your new position that I know gonna make a change. And I wanna first start by saying and kind of paying homage and tribute to, along with the O'Brien family. I remember their dad, who was an avid basketball fan. Oh man, small but tough. He had that set shot, and those of you young folks don't know nothing about a set shot. Al, you know about a set shot. He had the two-handed set shot. And I tell you, he played that D, he shot that jump shot that went in a lot of times. And I remember these young men running around knee-high to a grasshopper and getting in the way. And now to see you guys, man, it's just a beautiful thing, and your mom. So I'm just proud. He was a great man, and I had the opportunity to know him, fuss with him, cover him, get hacked by him, and all that good stuff. I also want to honor and pay homage to a great man, a member of the Friends of Madison Park, who is instrumental to mentoring us and to show his love for technology and the trades. His beautiful mural is right behind that big tree. This amazing icon, the legend. Give some love for the Honorable Mel King, everybody, please. He guided us. He brought all the elected officials to the Reggie Lewis Center so we could have a meeting to fight for Madison. He has a fab lab right inside you all because, as you know, technology was what he was about. Community is what he was about. Caring about all people, black, brown, white, he didn't care. It was about Boston. And we know how we love our city. So I just wanted to pay homage to him, and he's also Brother Chuck Turner. Yes, indeedy. Yes. The Friends of Madison, who are they? We're some dedicated, passionate, committed, sometimes loud-talking folks that care about our children, our school, our community, and our city. And we've been fighting for over 11 and a half years. And some people looked at us in a very negative light, but then as time moved on, they saw our heart was really about the children. It was really about this community. It's really about our school. And we always ask the questions. Two mayors that we love dearly and 7 superintendents. Why can't our children and our community have a state-of-the-art, first-class, futuristic school, second to none, like the other cities, the other communities, the other neighborhoods? I love all children, and most of you who know me know I love all children, no matter what persuasion and what religion, what race. But our kids deserve what the other cities have. Our kids deserve what the other communities have. And there's no doubt in my mind, and it's a proud day for us, that together we got Dion Irish and Kerry and the dream team, Evan and the guys, I don't leave nobody out, Della, who I met. And I believe we can all come together, the mayor's team, Superintendent Skipper's team, to make that dream a reality. We, again, we're very proud and happy that we're gonna, again, have our complete complex, where we remember the old days. I know Ms. Baker and Shauna and everybody remember, you know, where we were thriving and had young men just like alumni who's here, Wilbur Bullock, the opportunity to go to, out of our Roland Hayes Division of Music, go to the Berkeley performance. I know 2 of our former students. They now are band directors in a couple of the famous bands. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you, Coach, for all that you have done and continue to do, and thank you to all of our educators. I want to recognize the president of the Boston Teachers Union, Jessica Tang, is here as well. Thank you for all that you do on behalf of all your membership. Next up is Jim Rooney, President and CEO of the Chamber. I want to thank Jim because from day one, his question was, how do we help the schools and how do we partner with BPS? And so he's been helping us think through how to build and deepen partnerships to make that easier across all of our schools and all of our community members in the business community. And with Madison in particular, the Chamber for many years now has been spending some time and resources and energy to really research how we can better line up and be ahead of the curve for what opportunities will come in the new economy and how our students can be there to receive them. Jim.
Well, good afternoon. This is a good day, and as the mayor said, I stand before you representing Boston's business community and the 1,300 members of the Chamber of Commerce, including our good friends at JetBlue who have already stepped up, but many others who already have partnerships with the Boston public school system. But beyond being the representative of the business community, I stand before you as a lifelong resident of Boston, a product of Boston Public Schools, longtime advocate of Madison Park VOTEC, but also someone who has had decades of a front row seat witnessing all of the successes of the Boston Public School system, but also its failures, and quite frankly, the times that it has let all of us down. And you know, I think this is a good day because as Mayor Wu and Superintendent Skipper have announced all of the transformational initiatives that they've announced today, I'm here to tell you that this investment has the potential to be both life-changing and game-changing. And let me say that again, life-changing and game-changing. Life-changing for the children of Boston and the students of Madison Park and the residents who take advantage of the adult education opportunities, and game-changing for this region's workforce and development approach to training and nurturing the talent we need to support a growing, globally competitive 21st century Boston economy. The Chamber and the business community have long advocated for strategic investments in Madison Park that will harness the full potential of transformative technical vocational education. Mayor Wu, you may remember that you delivered remarks before the Chamber of Commerce last September, and you told our members, you told our companies, You told our leadership in the business community and their employees that one of your priorities would be the creation of a new Madison Park that will help our students as well as our business community. We start the journey of a new Madison Park fully aware that a project of this magnitude could take 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. Every journey begins with a first step, and today is that first step. And as we take that step, Mayor Wu, Superintendent Skipper, the business community, the Friends of Labor that I see assembled here today, Madison Park community, all need to come together, centering the needs of our students. The Chamber is committed to working with all of you to redefine and elevate the working relationship of the business community and what it means to be a partner with our Boston Public School system. While the physical buildings are being developed over the next few years, we know that we have a responsibility and an obligation to the students of today throughout BPS to focus on the programming, the curriculum, and the partnership necessary for those children of Boston to succeed. I'm honored to serve as a co-chair of the Madison Park Steering Committee. Together, the committee will plan and strategize the most effective actions, including the rebuilding of the Employer Advisory Committee that will help us energize business community partnerships at Madison Park. Employers must be transformative partners in building the most effective and relevant curriculum. Classes that develop skills in growth industries, many of which the mayor mentioned today, in the pillar industries of our economy, technology, healthcare, and yes, hospitality, will be empowering, helping us to create solutions to the current workforce challenges. Our collective goals will be bold and they'll be aligned. We want our residents, especially our children, to choose to start their journey here, to succeed here, and to stay here in Boston. Thank you for your partnership with the Chamber, Mayor Wu, and Superintendent Skipper. Go Cardinals.
Thank you, Jim. Next up, I'd like to invite up President Pam Ettinger of Bunker Hill Community College. They have been partnering with the city for a long, long time, and we're so excited at this innovation and deepening of the partnership with a real commitment to every single student in Charlestown High.
Thank you, Mayor Wu, and thank you, Superintendent Skipper. What a wonderful day to be in public education. Yeah, you can clap. It really is a wonderful day to be in public education. I can tell you that it is inspiring and amazing to me that the city and the Boston Public Schools has committed to building facilities that reflects the aspirations and the potential and the multi-generational transformation that's going to happen on these grounds. I have not seen this in 10 years, and it really touches my heart. And I hope all of you will celebrate way beyond this particular venue. And Bunker Hill, well, we've been around since 1973 in a really old and ugly building. We have every intention to match the inspiration that you've given us today, Mayor Wu and Superintendent Skipper, and we too will renew our facilities to receive the graduates of Boston Public School as they deserve. We will stand shoulder to shoulder with the City of Boston and BPS to deliver accessible, effective, and outstanding higher education programming to the students of Boston. And not to mention my very own neighborhood, Charlestown High School. Where's Ajay? Over the last 10 years, Charlestown, Madison Park, O'Brien has been the heart of our early college work. I'll tell you, there are not many miracles in education except early college, because it touches all the pieces that we want to touch as educators. It is a tool of equity. Our communities of color, our Black and brown men, achieve in early college like in no other space. And God darn it, they deserve this. And we need to serve them and serve them well. And the second is that early college does not skim the top. We will make sure that every single student at Charlestown High School has the opportunity to make sure that they meet their potential and to make their parents and their family and their neighbors proud. Charlestown was the first and the oldest early college program that we've done in the Commonwealth. And over the last 10 years, we've learned a lot. It is time to iterate and to expand. And year 13, mark my word, year 13 will be the red banner year in the lives of our students and our graduates at BPS, to be able to take a year's worth of college for free after high school and be almost finished with your associate degree, and then transfer to wonderful institutions like UMass Boston, UMass Amherst. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So we're here, we're ready to do the hard work. I know today was the wonderful announcement. I know we'll be around the table with Mary and Ajay, pounding out those details on the ground, but I am so proud to be part of this family. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity.
Okay, and to wrap up our speaking program, and most importantly, we're excited to welcome 3 of our students from the Margarita Muniz, Mergida Abreu, Yemi Martinez, Alejandra Rodas. Thank you so much for joining us and for all that you do to inspire us in Boston Public Schools.
Hi everyone. I hope you're having a great day today. Sorry, I am nervous. I want to thank everyone that gave me the opportunity to be here. It is really important for me, and it's an honor for me to be here speaking to you all. We are junior students and representatives of Margarita Muniz Academy, and we personally want to thank all the people who are included in the expansion of the school for 7th and 8th grade. We think it's a really important event because Margarita Muniz is mostly about culture. It is a really artistic school, and it has given great experiences to all of us. They said that I can speak in Spanish. Can I? Es un verdadero honor para todos nosotros estar aquí, la verdad que sí. Quiero agradecerles a todos porque están peleando por los derechos de los estudiantes y técnicamente ya nosotras nos vamos. We are leaving. We are going to be seniors next year. But thank you all for fighting for the rights of students and the student body. It's a really important thing. May my classmates speak too?
Hi, I'm Alejandra Rodas. I wanted to share my story. I came here to the United States a few months before the high school started, and having the opportunity of speaking my native language, which is Spanish, and at the same time as learning English was really helpful to me. And I'm so happy to more people are going to be able to have the same opportunity as me. So thank you all for your help, and thank you for having us here and giving us the opportunity to speak for the Margarita Muniz Academy.
Hello, everyone. And just like my fellow student, Alejandra Rodas, I also want to share a little bit on my story. I came here not knowing any English at all, and going to this, I went to middle school and I started learning more English. It took me about like 2.5 years to learn it as I do now. And after I went into the Margarita Muniz Academy, I incorporated more the Spanish and English at the same time. And I got to learn more about the different cultures that we have in there. And I really do hope that the upcoming 7th and 8th graders can appreciate all the things that we do, the staff, the people that are helping us expand. I hope they can be appreciative of everything that they are going to experience.
Paske li oke pou pa oke. Paske pale kapab rendre bagay yo meilleur. Parce que essayer communiquer c'est un signe force. Toujours gon raison pour partager qui j'en senti. Parce que santé mentale au compte.
Professionnel soin nan kay yo, c'est un parti important dans équipe santé ya, ak yon nan profession kap développer pi vite aux États-Unis. Assistant soin nan kay yo, supporter moun ki gen an pi de l'âge ak moun ki gen yon handicap pour yo karite vivre la kay yo sans danger. Les assistants yo aide yo nan activité tant kou kuit manger et puis fait achat nan maquette. Massachusetts offre une formation gratis en ligne qui pral montrer aux compétences ou besoins pour vignon professionnel kap travail nan yon kay. Les ou bay soin yon lot moun qui nan besoin, c'est un coup à bay yo la vie.